They're ready, they're off and they're racing as well. And missing the start, Uni Mando had no pace whatsoever from the inside. Bondi Tram, Sister Mary. They will share the lead, settling down. Fem Le Choix got out very well up there also. Jimmy Angel in the firing line early. Then came Photosynthesis. Uni Mando's made up some ground near the inside from Pipe Down Chachi. Then effortlessly Maestra. Acoustic Bubbles further back, and settling down there last is Valan Dawn as they reach the 700. Sister Mary's gone through to lead the way from the favourite Fem Le Choix. Jimmy Angel posted 3 deep, working in the cheap seats. Down on the inside, running forth Bondi Tram. Between horses then came Photosynthesis. Around the outside now, finding a back is Effortlessly. Over on the inside, Uni Mando, Pipe Down Chachi, followed further back Acoustic Bubbles. Maestra well back at the top of the straight with Valan Dawn. They turned at the 300. Sister Mary the leader. On the outside, Fem Le Choix though cuts the margin. Over on the outside now, starting to run on Jimmy Angel. Bondi Tram spearing right up near the inside. Bondi Tram rushing through. Bondi Tram, Fem Le Choix. They're going to go to it. Bob of the head, Fem Le Choix. I thought it was Fem Le Choix from Bondi Tram. Jimmy Angel on the outside, effortlessly fourth in from Photosynthesis. Uni Mando, Maestra. And then came Pipe Down Chachi. The tiring Sister Mary is back there with Valan Dawn, and pulling up near enough to being one of the last of them home, Acoustic Bubbles. Great tussle between Fem Le Choix, Bondi Tram. Bondi Tram had its head in front of stride before the post, but on the line it was Fem Le Choix that dived for Stephen Parnham and will just get the verdict. Number 9, Fem Le Choix, probably the best tip for the day. Beats Bondi Tram. Jimmy Angel effortlessly in 4th placing. 9, 2, 1, 7 are the numbers. 9, 2, 1 and 7. Fem Le Choix first up for Merrill Haley, having a good run this week. Merrill teams up with Stephen Parnham. This filly by Playing God from Le Choix is Fleming, Neil Thompson, J Davies, W Davies and D Bardsby, A Stewart, the owners. And having her second lifetime start, she makes it a winning return over Bondi Tram, who got that beautiful rails run for Chris Parnham. The Bondi 3-year-old out of Therese, prepared by Brendan Fitzgerald. And Jimmy Angel third, a good effort after tramping deep by Harry Angel from Bastaki. Russell Stewart, Sean O'Donnell. Short head, long head margins. Fabulous finish in 1:12.24, 34.94, the concluding 600 metres. 9, 2, 1 and 7 after the 5th. Race 6, the Glenroy Chaff Maiden. 1100 comes next at 2:57 as Lockie Taylor joins us down there in the yard. And the top 2 in the market, they've gone head and head in the run to the line, but there was a really good push for Fem Le Choix here on track.
The tip of the day on track, that's for sure and certain, Darren. Fem Le Choix gets the job done. Something around $7.50 or $8 into $3.90 in the end, Michael. Nearly started favourite ahead of Bondi Tram, and it was a 2-horse war up the straight, as well as probably the 3rd horse in Jimmy Angel, who was brave after being 3 deep the trip. Fem Le Choix, she looked a little lost throughout in running, and Bondi Tram had that saloon passage up along the inside, but it was Fem Le Choix that was able to dig deep and find when it mattered most.
Absolutely. She looks a horse with a bit of upside, doesn't she? The margin wasn't great, but she had to knuckle down deep. She still looked a little bit raw, even cornering. I thought she was perhaps looked quite new, but then once she eventually balanced up and Stevie Parnham was able to get into her, she picked up and she knew where the line was. It was a nice return and some nice results for a lot of punters.
Still plenty to learn, as you can see, even coming back to scale. She's a little unsure with the big crowd on this Good Friday meeting, and hats off to the barrier staff who had to spend the best part of 2 or 3 minutes working on her to get her into the barriers, but in the end, that work was all worthwhile in the end, because Fem Le Choix clearly has a great deal of upside, and that's a lovely way to start her second racing preparation anyway, to take out the Lawn Pride Australia Maiden here in race number 5, Michael.
100%. Great way to kick things off, and Merrill Haley has had 3 winners this week, 1 each day. So well done to Merrill. The team's flying.
I'll grab Merrill for a word as she now makes her way into the yard. Merrill, congratulations on the victory. It appears as though this is a filly that the whole team has had a big opinion of for a little while now.
Yeah, she's always shown us heaps.
She looks like she's still raw, green. That was on display in the trial, and it almost got her beat here this afternoon.
Oh, absolutely. She does so much wrong. I trialled her in shades, and Willie said take them off. So we did, and I don't think it made her any smarter.
What could this, or the remainder of this campaign, look like for her? Does she go to a Saturday now, or is she the type of filly that you need to take a little bit more of a conservative route with?
I think I'd probably like to take a conservative route with her and just teach her something this prep.
And by the sounds of things, it looks like the camp has got a nice price out of this filly.
Yeah, we did.
Well done on the win.
Thank you.
There's Merrill Haley, a terrific training performance, and as you said, Michael, a wonderful week for the stable, but this might be the most satisfying result of them, given the fact that this filly, $7.50 into $3.90, gets the cash, and she looks like she has a great deal of upside.
Certainly does. Very raw, very green, but a filly with a lot of ability by the looks. They didn't go hard. She had a lovely run there outside leader. 1:12.24 was the time for the 1,200 metres. Nothing was really keen to take up the running, was it? We saw Lisa Staples take the initiative and kick up with Sister Mary there. Sean O'Donnell didn't look as though he wanted to be up there with Jimmy Angel and grabbed hold. So Stevie Parnham was able just to stroll to that outside leader position, cornered a little bit waywardly, but once she balanced up, she was really good late, Stevie. Lucky she eventually went in the barriers. She looks very green, very raw, but with some talent.
Yeah, certainly got talent. It's the first time I sat on her back, and she's a beautiful filly and moves well. So when the time come down to the crunch, she dug in late for me, so that was the main thing.
Looked as though it was a big learning curve for her today, even coming back. She was having a good look around. She didn't corner the best, and she took a little while to balance up.
Yeah, like I really think she's probably a better horse with a few in front of her, just to get her to switch off and help her track into the race. So I think there's a fair bit of upside to work with. Like I said, when she come into the corner, she was a little bit lost, and she was there to be beaten, but ultimately her talent shone out late in the race, and she was able to get the job done.
She's the daughter of Playing God. There's not many that know Playing God stock better than you. Is she the sort of horse that would get a little bit further, do you feel? Is she bred that way?
Yeah, I think 1,400, 1,600 is probably going to be a better trip for her than the 12. So, but she also needs to learn to settle. So just getting that balance right. She is a little bit hot today, so it's very early in her career, and she's going to take a fair bit out of that today.
Well done.
Thank you.
There's Stevie Parnham. He combines with Merrill Haley and Fem Le Choix to take out race number 5 here at Ascot, as our Racing WA TV audience now heads to race 3 at Kalgoorlie. It's the Challenge Drilling Maiden over 1,100 metres, and the first horse we'll preview, Riley, is the one, LeBeau, for Phil Naylor and Alicia Whittington.
Thought he was really good 3 starts ago, Lockie. He was racing out of his grade. He contested a Class 2 down there at Albany over the 1,000 metres and bumped into a horse that's airborne down there at the moment in Reggio Calabria. It was only 3.5 lengths adrift of that galloper on that occasion. So I would have thought dropping back into a maiden, he was going to be hard to beat down there at his next couple, but he was very disappointing, or has been disappointing in his 2 runs since, beaten behind Tawaj and then traded my shoes there last start. He's got a good barrier to work with here today, but he's been a very